All right, well, we got Greg Remmenga live in the studio joining us this Wednesday afternoon. And Greg, we've talked a lot about who pays for what, but in some circumstances, there's something called no pay or no fault.
Well, we used to have a system in automobile that it was a no-fault system where no matter who caused the accident, your own insurance paid up to a certain portion of the medical bills and those types of things. We don't have that system anymore, but we have the MedPay system, which is in fact a no-fault system. If you're riding in a car, whether it's your fault or not, and have an accident, MedPay will pay up to the policy limits for your medical care in that accident, even if you're the one that caused the accident.
Now, is this something that when people purchase an automobile quote, is that something that they're paying for?
Well, in Colorado, the MedPay, you have to be offered it. The only way that you don't have MedPay is if you sign a release saying, I don't want this. The question that you have to ask when you're getting your policy is, what amount do I want? The MedPay policy is offered in various denominations, 5,000, 10,000, 25,000. So you need to decide how much you want, because it's going to pay for your medical bills even if you cause the accident. After the MedPay runs out, then you have to start looking for sources such as your health insurance, the other person's insurance if they cause the accident. And you and I both know the other person's insurance company, if they cause the accident, are not going to step up and pay your medical bills immediately. They're going to wait until the whole claim is settled. So the MedPay, your health insurance, are ways to try to get your medical bills paid after an accident.
So for those people who are watching, is it a better idea to have some more of this money set aside so you don't have to sort of gamble on if you're caught in a situation where it may be you're at fault or maybe the other person's at fault? Is it better to have more of that?
Well, the question is really a balancing. If you don't have any health insurance, the more MedPay you have, the better, whether you cause the accident or not. If you do have health insurance, you need to get enough MedPay so that it'll pay the deductibles and get the process started, so then you can start relying on your health insurance to pay the remainder of the bills. So it really depends on your policy. How big's your deductible on your health insurance? That might determine how much MedPay you need. Do you have access to any health insurance? That might give a determination on how much you need. Do you have Medicare, Medicaid? That might be a factor. So all those things go into deciding how much MedPay to have. I don't recommend that you ever sign the form and say, I waive the MedPay, because it's so cheap that it's really not an issue.
All right, well, Greg, thanks for joining us today. A lot of great information there. Folks, if you have any questions, feel free to give Greg a call. His information will be coming up on our screen, and stay tuned. I got my full weather forecast on the other side of the break.
If you want Greg to answer one of your legal questions, visit krextv.com, click on Live in the Studio, and submit your question on the right side of the screen. Watch Greg's segment every Wednesday on News Channel 5 at noon.